hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I hope everybody got to spend time with their kids. I didn't think I'd make it home for Christmas. I did. I got to spend time with my ex-wife and the kids, and it was wonderful. She was very kind. I had no issues with her at all. She was absolutely wonderful to me. Evelyn, if you see this, thank you. I really enjoyed having Christmas. So yeah, I got to see my kids. I had an amazing time. Hope everybody did. But I got talking on social media. The MTO made a post about a wheel coming off of a truck. A company that I'm familiar with. An accident that I'm familiar with because I know personally the driver for Abrams, I'll say the towing company. That I know the driver that towed that truck off the road. He lost a steer tire. He lost a wheel seal, ran it out dry of oil, and burnt up the bearing. Very clear that seal was out for a long time, and then it just finally failed. But the conversation was this OPP officer was blaming all the truck drivers. And that's what the OPP likes to do. They like to villainize the truck drivers. And I get grouped in with that, and so do other quality drivers like most of you that are watching. I got buddies on here that are some of the best drivers there are in the industry. I've got other friends on here that I think are absolute dog shit drivers, and, well, the ones that I respect know I respect them. The ones that I don't respect as a driver, but I still love them as a person, they know who they are in my books too, because I'm not wishy-washy. I'll tell you who you are, and if you're questioning it, go ahead and message me. You may not like the response, but I'm pretty sure you guys know who's who. But got on this whole topic on another platform, and one of the guys brought up the Humboldt accident, which is an absolute tragedy. And so I called the OPP officer out on his BS, because it's a particular demographic that does not take pride in our industry and does not take pride in proper maintenance of their trucks, and it's a particularly bad issue in that part of the country, and it's caused a lot of people to get hurt, and this keeps getting ignored. And yes, I am talking about New Canadians and the way they run their equipment, and the fact that they skip on very important maintenance pieces. And they literally run their trucks until the wheels fall off. And on this one, the wheel fell off on the 401 by the 400. Sad part is, it's a truck I really like. It was a Freightliner FLD 120. They stopped making those trucks in 2003. That's what my dad had for his last truck before he had to give up driving. And I would love to own one. So if anybody's got one for a good price and be a good candidate for restoration, reach out, let me know. I'd love to have one. I would really like one as a flat top or a mid-roof or the big condo sleeper, but can't be an automatic because there wasn't very many of them in automatic, and I can go on about all the specs and details on the truck. Any of the engine choices that were available of its time, the Cat, the Cummins, the Detroit, I like all three of those motors. All generations that were available in that truck, it doesn't matter to me. Anything else I can change. I can put a different tranny in it. I can put a different differential in it. Hell, I can even swap the engine out to something different as long as I can get proper ECMs and that. But yeah, so reach out if you've got one that's worth restoring. Because I'd turn that thing into a working class show truck in a heartbeat. But we got on the topic, and everybody's like, yeah, keep speaking the truth. Because I made the comment about the new Canadians not taking care of their equipment. This has been a big problem for a very long time. I worked in the grease pits for my dad at his company. We had a truck come in. Guy had a hole cut in the floor. I was underneath greasing the truck. I look up at the hole. Somebody decided to sit on the hole while I was greasing the truck. They got greased. I jumped up, I shoved the hose, and I started pumping. I got in a lot of trouble for that too because, well, good thing I was a minor. I would have been charged with assault because, yeah, we're not going to go into any more details than that. But the problems are real. And my response to this, because I've had a lot of people tell me keep speaking the truth, and I'm going to. I'm taking a stand. I'm sick of people getting hurt because the government won't do the right thing. They won't put in mandatory training. They won't put in the checks and balances, and they won't hold people accountable because of discrimination. Fuck discrimination. You're qualified or you're not. End of fucking story. This is Canada. We have a set of values here. Speak English in public, respect your neighbor, and represent your company with pride. If you can't do those things, fucking walk. You got no business being in a truck. I get passionate about this. I drove tow truck. I've pulled cars off of dead bodies. I flipped trucks back onto their wheels to find out that there was a car underneath it that nobody knew was there, and I've seen the mangled bodies. And there's a lot of other guys out there that have gone through it. I don't do that work anymore because I see too many dead babies where it wasn't their fault. So everybody wants to go on about the shame that happened with the Humboldt accident, and yes, I'm getting emotional. That was a tragedy. It was. But that happens every friggin' day. Every day, people in Canada go out, they go to church, they go to a school event, they go to a sporting event, they go to grandma's house. And some unqualified bag of dicks driving a truck has his feet up on the dashboard, playing with his cell phone, watching videos, picking his friggin' nose, whatever, kills somebody. Because they had no business being in the driver's seat in the first place. The majority of us out here deserve to be here, and we deserve to be respected. Because without us, you don't have the military, you don't have groceries on your shelves, you don't have a roof over your head, and you don't have gas to put in your fucking car or a car to drive. We got all the respect in the world under COVID. We're still out here jamming. In 6 months, this is my second time coming home. People need to step up. People need to realize most of us are good. But there is people out here that don't belong being out here, and actions need to be taken. People need to stop being hurt because of useless people behind the wheel. And let's talk about DOT in Canada. Yeah, it's CVSE and the MTO, and BC's got their own name for it and whatnot. They're the biggest problem with it all. They're not qualified to inspect a truck. Now that our logbooks have gone all digital, they don't know what to do with themselves, and they didn't know what to do with themselves with the logbooks because they didn't know how to fucking read them, and I'd have to argue and go to court and prove that they were stupid. Now the scales are never fucking open, and they're never inspecting the trucks to begin with. They're fair weather, useless tits. That is our first line of defense against bad drivers and bad equipment. Get out there and inspect the trucks. Be open. I don't care if it's minus 30. Earn your fucking paycheck. To the good drivers, I love you. God bless.